What do you think? Which one of these two faces do women find more attractive? If you chose the second one, you are wrong. But if you chose the first face, you are also wrong because the female gaze is much more complicated than you would think. To solve this question, I looked at over a dozen studies on the topic of men's perceived attractiveness towards women, but I couldn't find any clear pattern that would give me one simple answer, which made me almost just quit the video idea and throw it into the bin. But after reading through all the studies and surveys for over 2 weeks, once again, I found a 4-step pattern that every study had in common. Through every single study I read, the men that were perceived as more attractive by women all shared 4 not so obvious but crucial traits for the female gaze that I am going to share with you in this video. Starting with golden dimorphism. To understand what golden dimorphism means, we need to first understand that dimorphism is just another word for gender-specific traits. For example, for men, this would be a wide jawline or a protruding brow ridge, and for women, long hair and big eyes. If we completely break it down, dimorphism describes the physical traits that make us look like either a man or a woman. If someone possesses solely male dimorphic features, they would look over masculine or also classified as the ogre archetype. But on the other hand, if a guy has more feminine than masculine features, they would be classified as the feminine archetype, or often also called a soy boy. But the golden ratio lies in between those extremes at 75% male dimorphic features and 25% feminine dimorphic features. The perfect example for this is the French movie star and sex icon Alain Delon. His eyebrow thickness signifies masculinity, but the slight arch of his eyebrows is a feminine dimorphic feature. His eyes are big and round, but can be balanced out by his male dimorphic bone structure. And lastly, his mid-face resembles a perfectly balanced golden ratio, with a masculine nose that's not too big to ruin his facial harmony. But this ratio also isn't completely set in stone yet, but was just the average from multiple different studies we looked at, because different circumstances can change this ideal ratio. For girls under the age of 20, a ratio of 70-30% is ideal. For women older than that, up until 40, the ideal ratio can go up to 80-20%, and 40-plus women oftentimes prefer really masculine men at a 85-15% dimorphic ratio. To boil this down into one simple rule, you should aim for a masculine male dimorphic face which gets balanced out by a few feminine traits, which leads us to the second step to Looksmax for the female gaze, and that is facial character traits. Believe me or not, your face already says a lot about your character, and women prefer a face that resembles the personality they want in a partner. A study done in 2008 showed over 15,000 women 4 different digitally altered versions of a male face. The faces were altered based on different features that each correlate with a character trait. What they found out was that face D was the most attractive face by a lot because it displays confidence, assertiveness, directness, but also trustworthiness. Now you may ask, but Levin, how can I use this to increase my attractiveness for the female gaze? So, to achieve a face that displays confidence, assertiveness, and trustworthiness, first need to get under 13% body fat, because high body fat and a puffy, soft face is the enemy of a dominant, confident face and will make you look feminine because it hides your male dimorphic features. To get a perfect, assertive, but trustworthy eye area, you will need to get thick eyebrows shaped correctly to your face shape, reduced upper eyelid exposure, long eyelashes, deep-set eyes, a white sclera, agiosal, and no dark circles or eye bags. How to exactly do this and get an irresistible eye area is actually the first of 10 modules inside Ascend Academy. Inside Ascend Academy, you will also be able to ask me anything inside the community chat and get a face rating plus a personal glow-up plan on top of that for free. Link in bio. Now back to the video and step number 3, the female gaze body. From all the different things I looked at, the perfect body was the easiest to define. Women prefer a lean, athletic V-shaped body type with a wide frame, big arms, and big hands with forearm veins. But although you have probably heard this already a million times, you still haven't achieved this body type. That's why I am now going to show you the full step-by-step routine to get a body no girl can resist. The body parts you will need to train are shoulders, lats, upper back, arms, chest, and forearms. You will do this by using the Arnold split, developed by the greatest bodybuilder of all time. But instead of legs, you will do cardio that trains your legs naturally, produces growth hormone, and makes you lean. The best ones are cycling, sprinting, long-distance walking, martial arts, or swimming, which makes your full protocol look like this. Day 1, chest and back. Day 2, shoulders and arms. Day 3, optimal cardio. Day 4, chest and back again. Day 5, shoulders and arms the second time, and lastly optimal cardio again before doing one full rest day. Save the video or screenshot it now to not forget this. But since the body only makes up 27% of your attractiveness according to studies on the female gaze, we will now get back to the face. Specifically, step 4, indicators of youth and health. This is a complicated topic, but if we break it down into simple terms, it comes down to your hair and skin. Sadly, there is not one hairstyle that all women like, but your hairstyle should match your other facial features, which I explained in another video, which I will link in the info box. But what all women's preferences have in common is that they prefer thick and full hair over thin, dry, or greasy hair because it indicates health, which is one of the most important evolutionary qualities when it comes to finding a mating partner. I struggled a long time with getting thick hair, but after years of experimenting, I found the hair protocol that will make any hair turn into perfect, thick, and healthy hair. The products you will need for this are a scalp massager, a spray bottle, rosemary oil, batana oil, and vitamin E serum. First, mix the oils and vitamin E at an equal ratio together. Then put 10% of this mixture and 90% water into the spray bottle. Now spray this onto the scalp massager and start massaging your scalp in rounding slow motions. Then spray the mixture also on the rest of your hair. After doing this for a few weeks daily, your hair will be the healthiest that it has ever been. If your hair gets too greasy, increase the water to oil ratio until you have found the perfect ratio for you. Also, only use shampoo without sulfates once a week together with conditioner, and blow dry your hair at a cold setting at least 5 inches away from your hair to avoid damaging it. A bonus tip, which helped me a lot, is to get a silk pillowcase instead of cotton one. Now, the last step you will need to do to Looksmax for the female gaze is to get perfect model tier skin. I have already made a full video about this topic, which I recommend you to watch next. And always remember that it is never over if you just get 1% better every single day.